Have you ever met a total stranger and felt an instantaneous, undeniable magnetic pull toward them? Or, on the flip side, an immediate, unexplainable resistance, a physical urge to step back? These visceral reactions force us to ask a difficult question about our foundational relationships. Do we actually choose our families and deep friendships? Or are these bonds predetermined long before we take our first breath? This creates a messy philosophical paradox. If our relationships are entirely predetermined, we are helpless victims of fate. But if human connection is based entirely on free choice, it makes little sense why we continually find ourselves in painful, toxic, and seemingly unbreakable cycles. To resolve this, we have to stop treating human relationships as random collisions of chance. Spiritual wisdom suggests we view them instead as a highly structured life cycle, one that begins well before physical birth. Mapping the stages of this hidden life cycle allows us to look past the feeling of being cursed by difficult relationships and identify the specific growth they are designed to spark. This process begins with soul contracts. Glowing nodes, individual souls, form intentional pacts to interact physically. Entering the timeline, energetic pulses cross their tethers, balancing the light. This is karma, cause and effect transferring across lifetimes to resolve old debts, lingering attachments, and unlearned lessons. These past life contracts dictate modern family structures. A child, for example, might be born to specific parents simply to close an open karmic loop that was left unfinished in a previous existence. Deep friendships and bitter enemies fall under this same system. They often reappear across different lifetimes, taking on swapped roles specifically designed to force an individual to confront negative qualities they still need to overcome. Intense affinities and sudden hostilities are rarely psychological accidents. They are targeted, predetermined spiritual assignments demanding resolution. But here is where the mechanics shift. Karma is responsible for creating the inevitable encounter, but it has no power over the outcome. That outcome is dictated by free will. It is the tool the individual uses to decide how to react to the karmic bond. You decide whether to love, whether to forgive, or to stubbornly resist the connection. We can see this collision of fate and choice mapped out in the ancient Vamana Purana through the story of King Bali. The karmic setup was out of his hands. Fate brought Lord Vamana to Bali's doorstep to request a seemingly small gift, 3 strides of land. Bali could have acted defensively to protect his power. Instead, he used his free will to give up his ego, surrendering his whole kingdom to the deity. The King Bali text illustrates a specific principle. Destiny provides the test, but human agency alone can transform a destined hardship into greatness. The Bhagavad Gita provides a psychological framework for applying this knowledge. It draws a boundary between the temporary nature of the body and mind and the eternal, unattached nature of pure consciousness, the soul. When we apply this distinction, our view of difficult relationships changes. They cease to be inescapable cages and become temporary schools designed to educate us on the lessons we need for our own development. The most common error people make when facing relational friction is adopting immediate victimhood. We reflexively ask, why is this happening to me? To break out of the cycle, we have to flip the question. We replace the victim's lament with a different inquiry. What is this soul contract attempting to teach me? Once the lesson is clear, the next step is identifying the specific, immediate choice that prioritizes internal peace over emotional enslavement to the other person. This defines the balance of human connection. Fate acts as the matchmaker, determining who we meet, while free will determines the nature of the shared adventure. Ultimately, the soul authors the overarching contract before birth, but your conscious choice holds the pen in real time. You maintain the final power over your life's narrative.